Good afternoon to all my coffee drinkers and tumbler users. As the title of the video suggests, we're going over my top 5 tips for tumbler use and care. That includes your double-walled stainless steel bottles, whether it's from Arctic or an Ozark or even a Yeti version. And also, if we get into the tumblers as well, whether it's a Yeti or an off-brand one that you pick up on Amazon, or even an Arctic, or even a giant Ozark Trails, which I'll put next to the Yeti there. So yeah, for best methods for keeping these clean and functioning properly, let's dive into it. Okay, so my first recommendation when it comes to washing out either your bottles, your tumblers, always wash with a sponge brush or a sponge itself, just for aesthetic purposes, to keep the outsides looking good. And then if your inside of your cup is a nice well-coated stainless steel and you don't want to wear that down and stain the inside, don't use a green pad. So always stay away from green pads, and on the outside stay away from the green pad sponge brushes. Now for interior use, like on my Yeti here for example, pop this one apart. On my Yeti for example, you can't tell too well because of the lighting at the moment, but this one has stained on the inside towards the bottom, and I think a big part of that is due to the older Yetis here. Their coating on the inside was not as good, so I actually have coffee stainage on this. So I don't mind using a sponge brush or a green pad sponge brush on the inside, no problem with this one. But with most of my other cups, yeah, I don't even bother to go about doing so. So always hand wash, whether you want to hand wash with cold or hot water, and then place on your drying rack or even a towel upside down to let them dry out completely. A lot of these newer bottles, and possibly even the tumblers, are saying they are dishwasher safe on the top rack. Don't do it. If you want to keep your tumbler from the seal inside and stuff getting through past these seals, I wouldn't recommend doing it. I prefer just hand washing. Sure, it takes a little more time, but it'll preserve the longevity and the life of your tumbler, whether you spend $8 or whether you spend 30 or almost 40 bucks. If you want it to last forever, take good care of it, do things the right way the first time. Tip number 3, when you're making your coffee in the morning, while your coffee is being brewed, whether you're putting it in a tumbler or into a thermos or something else, make sure you preheat your tumbler. I found that it actually does work. A lot of people have recommended, if you're using a thermos, to pre-warm it up, not putting it in the microwave, but actually putting in hot tap water just to let that soak through and start to heat the internals of your tumbler or thermos. And that actually works, and I'd say do the same method when it comes to keeping things cold. Going ahead and cool it down with cold water. Do not put these in the refrigerator, but going ahead and cool it down with cold water, and that will help your longevity of your beverage stay hotter or colder longer. Tip number 4, never refrigerate your tumblers or even freeze them, because that can lead to your drinks icing over and becoming blocks. And I hope people are smart enough, but just to add it in there just in case, don't ever microwave these suckers. Even if it is a coated outside but a stainless steel inside, don't do it. And my final tip for your tumblers is find yourself good handles to carry these on with, making it easier for you to hold these when your hands are full. Or also find yourself a good sliding lid, or a lid that goes up and over. As you can see, both these are my sliders. I do have my full seal lid that flips over and locks down in place, but my wife took that one on her cup today. so I can't show that off. But having a lid that can help you keep from splashing, either it's splash proof or splash resistant or even the spill proof, such as the locking one that I've showed in previous videos, that can help greatly from keeping you from having a mess in your car or at your desk. So that's the end of this video. Hopefully that helps for people that are getting into these, that might just think you can do what you would with a regular cup. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section down below.